Okay, quick video. I had Manhattan last night, and then like two, almost three Red Bull whiskeys. But something I hate is when I specifically tell people shit and they don't listen. But I guess that's kind of like a life hack, is that if you gotta tell someone something more than once, you should already expect that they're gonna, like, think about it. Sometimes I've had to tell someone something like 8 times just to clarify they understand, and they'll still do the shit. Like, I could tell them, hey, can you watch my drink so that it doesn't get taken? Yeah. They'll be like, huh? I'll be like, can you watch my drink so it doesn't get taken? They'll be like, yeah, yeah. So you gonna watch it? Yeah, I got it. Cool. Just as long as just keep your eye on it. Cool, because, niggas be crazy. I don't want them taking my shit. I really want that for tomorrow. They'll be like, ah, yeah, I got you, I got you. I'll go to the bathroom. Guess what? I come back, my drink's fucking gone. I'll be like, where's my drink? They'll be like, oh, yeah, someone grabbed it and tossed it. Why the fuck would you let that happen? And then it's like, even, I remember I was hanging out at this fucking comedy club with these dudes, and it was just literally me and us two. And, I kind of self medicate with shut the fuck up, not with any drugs or substances, specifically caffeine. That's what I do. And I probably should stop doing it because I can tell my body is having severe consequences of bloating and extremely weird dreams. But I'll say it like this, sugar tits. Nothing will annoy me more than telling a motherfucker, oh, I really want this Red Bull, and like talking about like, oh, I'm so glad that I got this Red Bull in this poker game. I could really use this for tomorrow, because my energy levels are so low. And me and the dude were talking, and I was like, I can't believe I got a Red Bull. Like, it would still come up every once in a while, because hell yeah, I was happy as fuck. But I had a gut feeling that something was gonna go wrong. So I remember I was like, hey, can you do me a favor? And just like whatever you do, don't toss out this Red Bull. I really want it. And he was like, yeah. And I could tell he was doing that thing that toddlers kind of do when you can like, how when you talk to a toddler, they kind of pretend like they're listening, but you know damn well that no matter what talking to you give to them, they're still gonna sprint into a restaurant and start jumping on the tables and screaming like banshees. It's like that. So I kind of was like, no, like, for sure, I really want this. Like, you mind keeping an eye on this for me? Like, I want you to get distracted and forget. And he was like, yeah, I feel you. Guess what? I went to the bathroom and I had a feeling. I was like, we better go quick as fuck because that man is not going to listen. I fucking take the quickest piss ever, quickest hand wash you would ever see. It was like 30, 40 seconds. This nigga must have some sort of short-term memory loss or goddamn whatever, because by the time I came out the bathroom, this nigga, like, was talking to someone. Like, he just was asking his older buddy, like, hey, you want this Red Bull? I don't know, I just found it here. I don't know who it belongs to. It's like, nigga, my brother in Christ. Like, less than a minute ago, we had the conversation. I don't know. Some people are just an extreme amount of stupid, and it's driving me fucking crazy. Ugh. Actually, I'll bring this one up too. I remember on Christmas when I was with that guy Mitchell or whatever. I remember specifically. Oh, I hate his ass. Ugh, curse his name. He's gonna be one of those names that we just can't bring up on my page, cause fuck him. But I will say this was a moment of his that I really like. So we were at this one spot in Japantown that I've been to before. And I guess to cut costs, like, despite it being a Japanese restaurant, they had like a bunch of like Latino workers who did not really speak English, like barely at all. And they also didn't speak Japanese either, so they were just kind of like around. I don't have a complaint against people who are from different cultures working in different spaces. I don't have a complaint. I don't have a complaint about any of it. Except the ordering process was really fucking difficult. And I remember at some point I was like, "Oh, can we get the chicken karaage? But can we do you have like a side of mayo?" He says, "No, no mayo." I said, "Oh, like." And mind you, chicken karaage almost always comes with mayo, but it wasn't listed on the menu. I said, "Oh, okay, no, no mayo at all." And he said, "No mayo." And I said, "Oh, but I see that this other chicken karaage dish, the spicy chicken karaage, says that it comes with mayo. Why doesn't the normal one?" He says it doesn't come with mayo. I said, "Okay, but I'm just asking, why does the normal chicken karaage come with mayo? I mean, not come with mayo, but then the spicy one does." He sort of understood what I meant at that point. He said, "Oh, that's a spicy mayo." And I said, "Oh, oh." And I just assumed, okay, maybe some pre-mixed spicy mayo. Well, that's not bad. And I said, "Oh, I guess can we get that then on the not spicy chicken?" He said, "No." And I said, "Why not?" And he was like, "Because no mayo." And I said, Okay. And then it got really confusing, and then it got even more bullshit. But to cut to the chase, I remember at some point he just was like, he said some really dumb shit. I was like, okay. I said, what does the normal, or I asked him something along the lines of, okay, so what sauce does come with the chicken kage? He said something like some sort of like broth, or I think he said something like a consomme, and I thought to myself, a consomme in a Japanese restaurant. But I thought to myself, with chicken kage, that sounds wild. But I kind of thought to myself, huh, all right then, I guess we could, huh, interesting. Let's just say, because I'm still drunk and can't fully process things right now, there was a lot of awkward back and forth, and at some point I was like, okay, yeah, we could get it. But then Mitchell asked a very important question. He was like, is there any chance you can just like give her the mayo with the chicken kage? But then, because then he kind of was like, is it like pre-mixed spicy? He was like, no, it's just normal mayo that we mix with spice. And then that's when me and Mitchell kind of were like, so let me. And then Mitchell was like, okay, so can you just get her the mayo sauce, but without adding in the spice? And he was like, no, we can't do that. And then I was like, why? And he was like, we just don't. And I was like, but it's the same thing, just with one less step of not adding the little cayenne chili stuff. Why? What? Like, it's, if anything, it's like cost efficient too. I don't know. Niggas are stupid. Let's just say it was the world's longest back and forth ever. And then the nigga also kept switching up. And like 1 second he'd say, oh, the chicken kage comes with consomme, like a curry sauce. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, we have never served mayo in our lives ever here. And then he'll switch up and say like, oh yeah, but we do have mayo. Yes, we just can't serve it with your dish of chicken kage unless you get spicy chicken kage. And then we can either give you normal mayo or spicy mayo. And it's like he just was so brain dead that I wanted to hit somebody with a brick. I remember, and I don't, because I try to be really patient with people and really kind, but this guy was being not only an asshole, but also incredibly stupid. And this is why I kind of liked Mitchell, the guy I was seeing for that week, because I remember I just kind of shut down. I was like, okay, just go ahead and bring the chicken kwai gay without any side sauce. It's fine. That works. And then the idiot tried, the fucking waiter guy, he tried to be like, oh, with or without mayo. And I said, I don't care. No sauce. Just none of it. You said you didn't even have mayo. And he's like, yeah, but what do you want for your side? I said, nothing. None. And he was like, so you want mayo? And then eventually Mitchell got involved because he just could tell I was about to shut down. And he, like, that was kind of hot. He just straight up was like, she said several times that all she wanted was mayo. It's the easiest thing to do. It would have no effort. You've been giving us the runaround this entire time. She has made it very clear that all she wants is the chicken kage with mayo. And you have mayo, so can you add mayo? And if you can't, then cool. But can you stop saying that you don't have mayo and then say that you do have mayo, but that you specifically won't give it to us for some reason, and yada yada yada. And he really stood up for me. And the waiter was pissed, but fuck that waiter. And then I remember Mitchell leaned over and just kind of like kissed me on my face and said, don't feel fucking bad. You did nothing wrong. Those guys are, this guy's just a total fucking idiot. And then the rest of the time, the staff kind of treated us as if we were Karens. And it's like, no, we were people who had a straightforward question. And then you found every way possible to say, no, we don't have mayo. But we do have mayo. But only with this one dish that is the exact same dish. Like, the only difference between the spicy chicken kage and the not spicy was that you would add like some, like they add like a red sauce on top or whatever. It's like there's no reason that, anyway, it was dumb as fuck. This is just a video about me complaining about people being dumb as fuck, and that type of shit boggles me because it's like, how do I put this? I'm glad the internet exists because I swear to God, it's so hard to talk about this type of shit because it's like, and what annoys me is that people are a specific level of brain dead these days. Like, I don't know, like I remember I could even, as a teenager, I could have like half of a burger with some fries and a soda left on my table. And then I can be like, I want to go to the bathroom, but I don't want them to think that I'm running out on the bill or something. So let me go ahead and write a note that on a large piece of paper that says we'll be right back. And then make sure that I fold it so that it stands upright and that they can see it on top of my plate or right next to my plate. I'd go to the bathroom, come back, my food's fucking gone. And it's like, what the fuck? That also happened with me and Mitchell, ironically, at the hotel we were at for Christmas week. I remember that, like, we had some cups of sherry, we had some coffee, and we also had our items about in one section of the lobby. But we specifically were like, we'll be right back. We're just picking up a DoorDash order. It's coming outside in the next 3 minutes. We told that to the concierge in the lobby. You want to guess what happened? All our shit got dumped out. And the lady at the lobby almost took a fucking umbrella from us and tried to pretend she didn't have it. And Mitchell had to raise hell because she was being a bitch to me. Shout out to Mitchell. Even though he's a fucking cunt, he, at the very least back then, did not want other people to be a cunt to me. So I respect it. But I don't know. We live in a world where I can ask somebody, "Hey, I don't have any money on me. Will you get these tacos for me? Like just one?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, sure." And then they'll like say, "Excuse me, can we get one taco?" And then I'll get past the plate, and then the dude will just stare at me, and I'm staring at my taco, and the dude's staring at me, and I'm looking at him, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you wanted me to pay for them?" I said, "Yeah." That it's like, yeah, fucking dumbass, and he paid for it. That wasn't Mitchell. That's just a unrelated story of someone else. I don't know. It's just there's so much bullshit. Like I don't know. It's not even like a. It's like something else. Like I don't want to be ableist and say retardation, but people very much tempt me because it's like it's definitely something. It's not normal stupidity. I think COVID killed a lot of brain cells and like healthy functionings and like social skills and general intelligence in a lot of people. But it's as simple as this. If I say, "Can you watch my Red Bull?" then you watch my fucking Red Bull. You don't just sit there and go, "I'm gonna watch your Red Bull," and then someone comes 10 seconds later and they're like, "Oh, is anyone drinking this?" And then you say, "Oh, no," and then you get my fucking perfectly good drink tossed the fuck out. Come on now. People are just fucking ridiculous. Anyway, bye.